Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Independence Threads podcast. I don't think this man needs any introduction for our ex-folks that out there that know, but for everybody else that don't know, this is JB, Jamarro Brown, Mama There Go That Man. I don't know what other handle you go by.
Split it back is everybody put the I in it. Just Jamarro.
Okay.
Like tomorrow with a J.
All right.
That's the easiest way to remember it. But we could just, yeah.
Or JB.
Yeah, just go by J or JB.
All right.
That's the handle. So
appreciate you coming on. You've been, for those that have been following you, you've been in the sneaker game for a while. But I think it was, now correct me if I'm wrong, doing my research, 2020, you started doing the shirts, maybe a little before that?
A little bit before 2019 officially, but yeah,
okay.
2020 is probably when everybody started hearing about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you start it? Like, was it a hole in the market? Was it a passion project of yours? What was it?
Everybody else. So I never really had an interest in doing it, man. Like, it really came from just talking to people on Twitter, banter here and there, and then somebody's like, "Oh man, that's funny. You should put it on a shirt."
All right.
Like, okay, no, for real, man. You should put it on the shirt. I'm like, okay, let me look into it. I know some people. Let me try to do that. And I did it. It did okay, and I was kind of like, damn, this might be a thing, man. Let me look into it.
Okay.
But as far as like a hole in the market, I guess my mentality on that is always a hole in the market. It just depends on what you got going. Like, everybody's got different ideas and come up with different designs. Like, there's a lane for everything, especially with I would say fashion moving so fast. What was cool 2 weeks ago ain't cool today. So, right? So everybody, whoever got the new and innovative ideas, I think there's always a hole in the market if you got what it takes.
Yeah.
I mean,
streetwear, you got everybody up from Kith, which there was a debate today on whether or not they still streetwear.
Right. It's getting a little pricey.
Man, that $2,200 for a sweatshirt is outrageous.
I won't be.
I am not the target market.
No. I don't have it.
No.
Don't have it.
But, so there's so many players out there. How do you try to stand out or in your lane, I guess? Because like you said, there's a lane for everybody, but how do you try to stand out when you're coming up with new ideas?
So when I first started, I would just put out whatever I came up with. But as I grow in the business, I'm learning that I need to kind of do my homework, listen to what everybody wants, what everybody likes, follow trends a little bit, but also do my own thing. Right? I don't want to be like anyone else. So, I'm kind of listening to the people, man, and following their lead. Early on, I dropped some things, and it was like, people weren't ready for it. And I ended up dropping them later. It was all about time, and it did well. But yeah, just listening to what people want, man, doing my homework.
And I think one of the things that people ask about the most, that I see anyway, is the lost and found design. I think that's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, probably your most popular design.
It is.
Was there a moment or an event or something that inspired that design?
Yeah, definitely. So another thing about how I create and what I release would be what I'm feeling at the time, what I'm going through, what people around me are going through. I like to base my ideas off real life experience, like human experiences. We're all going through that, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you a story and you could probably you yourself relate to it, or tell me a story about somebody you know that went through the same thing. So Lost and Found was basically built on that was my personal experience. I was going through some things in my life, and kind of stepping back from things and reevaluating what I wanted to do with my life, and the statement rings true. Like the back of it says "Lost and Found" with the maze, but the front says I lost a lot of people when I found myself. Like when I figured out what I really wanted to do, dust settled, and a lot of people that were there before weren't there after. So that was a very personal piece for me, and I felt like it resonated with a lot of people.
Yeah, no, it does resonate because depending on where you came from, who you're surrounding yourself with just from everyday life, and then you achieve a certain level of success. Now all of a sudden you're Hollywood or you're the college boy or whatever. Now, oh, you think you're too good to come kick it with us?
Yeah.
And you people start feeling some kind of way because you set up boundaries for yourself because you want to move a certain way.
Absolutely, man. Took me a long time to learn that, but gotta protect number one first.
Absolutely.
You gotta protect yourself and do what you need to do. So that, like I said before, Lost and Found was about taking that step back, reevaluating, and coming back stronger than ever.
Would you say you fully found yourself yet?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet, man. I had one of my OGs tell me a while back, man, that people change every 5 years.
Okay.
And as I grow older, I truly believe that. The person I was 5 years ago is not the person I am today. What I thought I was going to be doing 5 years ago is not what I'm doing today. Like, that's basically when the business started. That was in the infancy.
Yeah.
You couldn't have told me that I was going to do so well with certain projects, Lost and Found, and that's number two. That's number two.
I had somebody compliment me yesterday out of the soccer game.
I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I like to hear. But yeah, I'm not the same person. So but I also take pride in feeling like I haven't found myself yet, because to me that's like I'm still trying to reach my full potential. So if people feel like I'm doing well, or I feel like I'm doing well, most importantly, and I still haven't found my full potential, then that means that I still have room to grow, and I still have room to do better than I'm doing today.
Excellent, excellent. Now, seeing some of your lives, you got a little bit of a team helping you out with it?
Yeah. So just 2 employees.
Okay.
2 employees that help me do kind of all the process and all the fulfillment stuff, picking up orders, dropping off orders, getting them folded, put in bags, labeled, out the door. I do have printers that do everything for me. And man, I got the dopest graphic designer ever. He put up with so much for me. Like, so many revisions. And like, you know, I'll
look at that email and be like,
man,
not another one.
I know he's sick of me. We got so many designs, like,
nice,
just in the stash, ready to go for whenever. It's a feeling for me. So, you know, I still got stuff tucked away that I didn't drop yet. But
all right, so more to come. Excellent, love to hear it. So speaking of the evolution, I've seen this from other folks out on X who, you know, speak openly about mental health, things like that. And at the end of last year, beginning of this year, the timing's a little off for me. You took a break from X, pretty extended break where you weren't posting anything. And, you know, did that achieve what you wanted it to?
Yes. So, man, I don't even know how long it was. I know it was a hell of a long time. And I had people texting me, DMing me. I saw it, but I needed to take that time away from myself. Yeah. It probably was at least 10 months. Like, I stayed on for a while.
Yeah.
But that was like, for me, like a physical and mental reset.
Okay.
Right? So I do this. I run my own business. And up until I came back, I didn't have any help. I was doing all of that stuff by myself. Everything. You know, I get an order. I sell 300 shirts. I'm going to source those by myself.
Okay.
I'm taking them to the printer by myself. So I was getting exhausted, man. I also got a couple side hustles, and then I have my actual career.
Yeah.
Like full-time job. So, you know, it's like I'm working 3-4 jobs, and there are no vacation days when you're on the business.
No.
You can't get sick. You can't be late. Like it won't stop. If you stop, it stops.
Right.
So I couldn't pull back from that, and you got to work to take care of responsibilities. So the thing that was least important to me was social media.
Okay.
So I had to let the social media go to kind of just make some space in my day for myself.
Yeah.
Right. So I used that time to kind of reset, figure out what I love to do again. Like you asked me 2 years ago, like, what do you do for fun? What do you do to relax? I couldn't even tell you.
Ooh.
So, right. Yeah, man. So I used that time to just do things for myself, like make time in my day where I didn't have anything to do. So yeah, I do feel like it definitely helped. I achieved what I was trying to achieve, and that's why I kind of came back with a vengeance.
Absolutely. I noticed a couple times you've been out on your motorcycle. Is that kind of your me time?
Yeah,
just
man.
Get out and be.
Yeah, man. That's definitely one of them. I've ridden bikes since I was 19 years old.
Okay.
I've had multiple bikes, but at that point when I was taking that break, I had probably ridden it 3 times in a whole riding season. I got a bike sitting at the house and don't even get on it, and that was one thing. I'm like, man, I missed this.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause on a motorcycle for me, it's like in a car you can be on your phone, you can eat, mess around with the radio.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of sightsee. On a motorcycle, can't do any of that. You need to focus on riding the bike,
Yeah.
which helps you really, really clear your mind. No distractions. You just ride, you think, you relax, and you take it from there. So yeah, riding bikes is definitely one of my my peaceful hobbies that I have.
Love it. Love it. So at about the time you took the break, I noticed that, and maybe a little bit before that, right? There was a heavier shift from just sneaker-related apparel to more sneaker, mental health, the mix, more mental health. Was that more digging from your personal experiences or seeing what the conversations were out on X, as you were stalking us out there?
Yeah, for sure I was. 100%.
And so, yeah, what was the catalyst behind that shift?
Yes. All of that, man. So for me, like I mentioned before, like me taking my break,
yeah,
a lot of that came about too. I
Okay.
was like, man, I'm sure everybody else gets burnt out. I'm sure everybody has a lot of people dependent on them. People are actually going through this. That was one aspect. Second is exactly what you said. I saw an uptick in people talking about mental health on social media, right? Like, I truly feel like after COVID, the world is insane. People are way more on edge, rude, abrasive, however you want to put it, man. The world is not the same place.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't tell me that people behave in that way now who did not behave that way before isn't a mental health issue, right? So like anxiety and depression aren't the only 2 characteristics of people with, mental health issues. I feel like, if you've changed as a person because of the way the world is, that's a form too. So I kind of saw a need for it, with, like I said, me taking my time off. And then when I saw everyone else going through, I'm like, man, this is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
This is definitely a thing. And I want to put something on the shirt that supports mental health and brings awareness to mental health, more than anything. Like, I want somebody to see it and have a feeling from what they read on that shirt. And maybe it helps someone. Maybe it helps them realize, like, damn, I am going through something.
Yeah.
Maybe I should find an outlet to get help. So
absolutely. Do you see, because you're right, a lot has changed since the pandemic in the conversation around mental health. And not only just in social media, and I think people may be a bit more free to speak on it there because we are a bit more anonymous. same with the keyboard warriors that are out there.
Yeah.
But people might feel a little more willing to share because it's sometimes faceless, anonymous. But do you see that same uptick in real life, in the people that are around you? Because, truth be told, in our community, no, that's for them over there.
Yeah, it's very taboo.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, in real life, I do see it, man. You know what I do, but I won't say what I do for a living on here. But I do have people that directly report to me, right? And those people have real life human experiences, man. When I see a guy who can't perform the same way, or he comes in and he's just something's off with him that day. Like sometimes they come to me, when everyone else leaves, they double back.
Yeah.
Say, hey, look, I'm not trying to not do my job, but I kind of got some things going on. And I think prior to the pandemic, I may not have been so sensitive to that because I hadn't experienced it myself yet, right?
Sure.
But once I went through it, I could definitely empathize with guys who come to me and say, hey, this is going on. This is why I'm like this today.
Sure.
And 100%, man, I tell them, hey, look, why don't you do this for the day? Kind of get away from everyone. Get in the vehicle by yourself. Go kind of do some miscellaneous things and just take a moment.
Yeah.
Take a moment to unwind and clear your mind and let's try again tomorrow.
That's fantastic to hear. And you're right. Sometimes it takes you going through that, when you're in a leadership role to really help your employees.
Yeah.
For those. So with the business, like you said, it's been about 5 years now. What has been the hardest thing you've had to learn?
It's not all good. It's not all easy. So I'm definitely I have to learn all my lessons the hard way. You can tell me fire is hot. I'm gonna stick my hand in it anyway, man. I always been like that. I gotta get burned.
Yeah.
I started off doing really well, right? Okay. And I was like, just climbing. Everything I dropped was selling more and more and more, and the response was amazing, and I saw it everywhere. And then we kind of plateaued. Okay. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I'm doing the same every time. And then we took a dip. I was like, oh, okay. It's real, right? Like, it's not always going to be good. But in a way, I think that was really good for me.
Okay.
Because it taught me how to weather the storm. I'm like, I got to get creative. I can't just keep doing the same thing I'm doing. How am I going to get these numbers to go back up? How am I going to bring people back in? Like, what designs are going to resonate with people? And, in turn, that makes them buy more merch, right? Like, I never want to put out just crap to sell it. I really want people to feel it. I want them to be proud to wear that artwork.
Yeah.
Every time they go out. So, yeah, it was that. It was
not all sunshine and rainbows.
Never, man. But it's okay. I figured it out now.
All right. What's been the best part?
This, going out and seeing people in the wild with my merch on. I guess my first instance, I was doing one of my side jobs, and a person came in, and I'm like, he had on lost and found.
Okay.
And I'm like,
did you know him?
Did not.
Okay.
Did not. That's the beauty, man. Like, it hit me so hard. I'm like, man, that's a nice hoodie. I like that. Where you get that from? He was like, oh yeah, my guy on Twitter, man. He make a lot of dope stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah. I'm like, you show me? So while he was going through his phone, I was pulling up my profile too.
Okay.
So by the time he made it to me and he showed me his phone, I showed him mine. He's like, yeah, oh, that's cool. So man, that's everything to see that, like, not only did you get it, but you wearing this out. Like, this was a night out. There was an event going on that night. And he put on his clothes, looking good, going out in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he put that on with his fit.
That was a conscious choice I want people to see this.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. Like, dude hugged me like we were in school together. I loved it, though. I loved it, bro. And, like, it's just that. Like, every time I pull up somewhere and people got on my stuff, like today, I had no idea you were going to wear that.
Yeah.
That is the best part, man, just seeing it in the wild.
Man, and this is, so I have this one and I have the red one, but like they are my honestly, my go-to hoodies, comfortable, love them, you know, and it was a little chilly coming down today and I was like, oh, let me just throw something on.
Yeah, man.
So,
that's definitely what I intended them for. I wanted to be kind of an everyday piece too. Like, it can look good if you want to throw it on with a fit.
Yeah.
But if you need to run to the store, if you want to, you know, if you need to run an errand, if you need to, I'm just going over somebody's house to chill, have a beer, and watch the game. Yeah. I wanted it to be that.
All right. Now, talking about fits, you can have the shirt, you can have the hoodie, but it's the shoes. The shoes really set it off.
You know it.
Now, you got something special on feet.
I had a little something.
Yeah. But you also brought a couple things with you to kind of show off, you know. Now, those that follow again on X, you know, you've got a sneaker room, you got the sneaker tree is your pinned tweet on there.
Yeah, man.
So, what you got in the bag? Like, you got a couple heaters out there. Like, let's say your favorite shoe in your collection.
I did bring that with me. So I'll grab it real quick, but let's start here.
Oh,
let's put this down.
Oh, what we got here? This is a little special.
So we can sit the shoes on it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Let's line it up. And
you know, that's a tip for next time. I gotta have me a rug so people bring their shoes.
So there we go. Dollar bill, y'all.
Now, did you make this one?
I did not.
Okay.
I bought this. I think of like Fat Kid Deals or something. Posted this a while back, but I tell you what, next time you don't have to remember. You hold on to this. That's you.
Oh, I appreciate you.
No doubt, man. So back to what we were talking about. Hard choice, man. Favorite sneakers for me, like, I am not a hype guy. I do have hype shoes.
Okay.
Right? Like, I got a couple of high dollar, whatever, Off-White, Travis, whatever people like to go crazy over. I do have some of that stuff, but shoes to me are connected to times in my life.
Okay.
They're important to me for what I went through personally to get them. You know, sometimes I remember where I was and things like that. So for my favorite shoe, I bought the Kith Pippins. So these are my babies, and only because I rarely see them. So that's that, right? I got the reflector.
Do I need white gloves on?
You good. I didn't even clean them. So, you know, I don't really get my shoes dirty. I only wear them every blue moon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so right now they got the reflector strings in them. Another pair with the Aglas with the Pippin logo on them. But, yeah, this Kith collab.
Yeah, when did this come out?
Oh, my God. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. These shoes got to be at least 10 years old. I have to even look it up. Oh, let's look at it.
Oh, the size tag.
Let's look at the date. (4/21/2017).
Okay.
That's when they were made. So yeah, they probably came out in 17 because that's kind of early.
Yeah.
So yeah, this I'd have to say is my favorite pair. I've seen them posted a few times. I have never seen anyone wear them in person. So this is my favorite pair just because they're so unique. And I grew up a real big Pippen fan. Everybody was crazy about Jordan.
Yeah.
I like Pippen and Rodman.
Okay.
Yeah. I like them. So.
This almost looks like it would be more with the cheetah print, a Rodman.
Correct.
Right.
With
the way he would dye his hair.
Yeah, the Rodman Air Force Ones do kind of have that print on them. So it's funny you say that. I'm with that. I believe it.
Man, I ain't never appreciate that. All right. What about, did you bring anything that maybe has a story behind it of how you got it? It was just maybe a wild story or sentimental?
I got a sentimental piece.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, I got some other stuff over here. We got to tuck those away.
Yeah.
For the next whatever. So sentimental piece. Go with these, man. That's an OG right there.
Okay.
In fantastic condition. So Shadow 10s, 1994.
Wait, this is the 94 pair?
Yes, sir. This is the OG. This is not a retro.
Oh, these are
super
shape.
clean. They were worn once. So Uncle Nelson used to be a mailman back in the day. His route went past Foot Locker.
Okay.
These came out. He grabbed them from Foot Locker on his route, changed right then and there, put his shoes back in the truck, put these on delivering mail. He wore them for the rest of his shift. He put them in the box and never wore them again. He saved them. This was, oh man, at least 15 years later when he found out I was into shoes. He's like, you know what? I got a pair of shoes. I can't even remember what they're called. I know they're Jordans. Let me go in the basement and grab them. So he goes in the basement, comes back up. So I got OG all. I got the receipt and the box from 1994. Foot Locker receipt. He bought these. Man, this was...
What'd they go for back then?
120, 130 bucks. Like, not what we pay now. Definitely not
for Jordans.
Right, yeah. Super cheap back in 94, man. So finished the shift in them. I've never cleaned these. So the way they look,
when he took them off his feet.
That's it, man.
Yo, that's dope.
So yeah. So this one has the most sentimental value to me. I'll never get rid of these.
All right. Well, that may answer one of my later questions of ones you'd never get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be those or something I did not bring today, but I'll kind of go through that. So June 9th, 2012 is when I jumped back into sneakers. I literally did not have any sneakers that weren't shoes that I played basketball in.
Okay.
I got rid of all my Jordans. I only wore casual shoes, like boat shoes. I don't know. I can't explain what I was going through. But I thought I was grown. I thought grown men didn't wear sneakers.
No, we don't wear sneakers.
Right. So that was my growing up thing, man. And so Military Blues came out June 9th, 2012.
Okay.
I did not bring those. I do still have them. But I do remember in February of 2012 was when I wanted to jump back in the sneakers and I couldn't get them. And that was White Cement 4.
Okay.
So I bought the 2012 pair. I do have some more pair, but this is that pair from then.
Okay.
Right? So the yellow one that everybody liked that I hate. I do not like it.
The netting.
Yeah. I like fresh kicks, man. That's just me. So to each his own. But this is the 2012 pair that I got a couple months after they dropped. So this to me, even though it's a Jordan on the back, you know, I know how y'all are. I do have ones with Nike on the back too, but even though it's Jordan on the back, this is an important pair to me. So while the Military Blue was the first one I grabbed, this was the first one I wanted to grab to get back into it.
Okay.
So these are not going anywhere.
All right. Now, what's a shoe you got that maybe everybody out there maybe not rocking with, but you're like, I like them, and I'm going to buy what I like?
100%, man. Let's see here. Let me get the whole thing. I couldn't do just one simply because it's the model, not a particular color.
Okay.
I know they don't like these. I know they don't like it. I don't care. These are crazy dope to me. So this is the suede pack.
Damn.
These three colors drop together. All of these are DS. Everybody always get on me for not wearing my sneakers. But hey, look, man, I am a collector. I wear my shoes, man. A lot of people are like, oh, you never wear your shoes. I do wear my shoes.
Some of them.
I'm fortunate enough to have enough where I can wear a lot and still keep a lot. Yes, I do wear my shoes, but stuff like this, like I do not want to wear these out and ruin these because they won't hold the same value to me sentimentally, not dollar value.
Yeah.
So like for me to be able to come here, show you, look how these look, like
clean,
right, super clean. This is a beautiful shoe, man. So this is one of those underrated, always hated, but I think it's super dope.
Man, was not expecting to see those. All right. Now, what's something you might bring out when you're just trying to show off?
Oh man. Yeah, I always try to pop out, and like when I go to sneaker events, there's thousands of people, man. I try to pop out in something that nobody else is gonna have on. So
yeah,
what I wore today is something that I like to pull out. I like to pull out my Jordan 7 J2K triangle pack.
Okay.
There's a filbert and there's an obsidian, like a blue and a tannish. I like to pull those out. But I was thinking more along the lines when I grabbed the shoes, like something to show out right now, right?
Yeah.
I can't wear it for everybody out in TV land right now. So I did bring a little something that a lot of people probably don't have. So it is rap, but this is a DJ Khaled signed We the Best Carmine 6.
Oh,
so that's
a showpiece.
Yeah. It's a showpiece, man. This is kind of on the top of my room in a case and still in plastic. So one of the homies, man, Matt, shout out Matt. He actually had these on, right? They were on foot. He was in a sneaker store. Khaled pops up.
Just random.
He wants Khaled's autograph. No paper, no nothing. Takes your shoe off. Sign these instead. So me and him got pretty cool, man. We kept in touch for a long time. Unfortunately, I did talk to him recently, but unfortunately, we don't have the same conversations like we used to. But you know, we tap in from time to time. Still my homie. If he hit me to this day and told me, I got you, right? It's one of those type of situations. But he was just letting him sit. He wasn't gonna wear him anymore because he got him autographed by Khaled. So he was like, hey man, look, I know you into this. How would you feel about adding this to your collection? I'm like, you serious? Hell yeah! Like, what would it take? Like, do you need a firstborn, or arm, or like, you know, I can give you a thumb and I can still use my hand. What you need, dog? So, yeah, like, we worked it out, man. I did something for him. I gave the man what he asked for, and these came in the mail. And that's, for me, like, for me to send something like that and trust that he's gonna send this to me, right? That's my guy. That's my guy, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people will tell you they're gonna give you something like this, and it'll never show up.
No.
So, yeah, man. So we worked it out. So, boom, We the Best, DJ Khaled, Carmine 6. So,
that's not something that nobody's gonna have. That's probably the one-on-one right there.
Right, man.
You got anything else in there?
I think that's all. Yeah.
That's all you got?
That's all I bought.
I think that's enough.
It's okay. We're doing all right. I do have one more thing, man.
Okay.
You give me a second. So that's your rug, but to show my appreciation to you, I do have something that was mine. There's only one of these. But I'm so damn proud of you for taking the leap, for doing this, getting started. Excellent job, man. Keep doing what you're doing. So I did want to, aside from the rug, I did want to offer you a piece, and coincidentally, it relates to the shirt you got on. So this is an early breast cancer awareness sample of the Sneaker Enthusiast tee. So, you know, we went across we end up going across the chest.
Yeah, right.
This is the very first test run of Sneaker Enthusiast, where we put it on the left chest, and we did it in like a light pink just to see what was up. So, my man, this is the one of one. I don't even have one. That's all you.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's love right there. I really appreciate that. We need to link up again. I'm going to get a silver fabric marker.
Yeah, man.
And have you sign it.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. That would be dope.
Yeah. That's dope. I appreciate it. That's love right there. So, one thing that I haven't asked that I can't let you go with is the calendar. The infamous calendar.
It's my baby.
Yeah. And I think, if I remember right, you almost didn't do it this last year when you was taking your break.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work. So, the calendar is coming.
Okay.
We're on track, right? Let's get that out of the way.
All right. You heard it here.
Right. It should be in the next couple months. I'll probably do early November, so I'll have time to go through everything in November, start production in December, and maybe we can get that damn thing out by the first of the year, right? Because we ended up
we always miss a few days.
Yeah, we always miss a few days, man, and it's not fair to the January people for them not to get the whole shine, right?
Yeah.
But the way the calendar started, man, is kind of like organically how I've built everything that I have right now. Is like just genuine interaction from people on socials telling me this is what we need, this is what we like. So I used to do something called What You Rockin', right? I did volumes. Basically, I would post what I had on, and the whole thread was meant for you to post what you had on too.
Yeah.
Like it was a place for all of us to show kicks that we had literally on our feet, not just gems we got sitting in a room, right?
Got you.
I wanted to know what you rocking, what you got on today. Were you out doing what? So I would do little videos like on first shots, or I would do videos of me walking, and then everybody was meant to post it under that. Man, but doing that, I found out that one, there's a lot of people with a lot of heat.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. It's crazy some of the stuff these people have, man.
Absolutely.
But two, I found out, like, man, so many people travel and so many people are not from where I'm from, and they got some of the coldest backgrounds and most scenic pictures I've ever seen in my life, man. People in places that I'll probably never even visit, right?
Right.
Mountains and all kind of waters and people hanging off of buildings and you name it. People would post that stuff in that thread. So I'm like, man, thinking like, man, how the hell can we bring this all together, right? Like we live in a world where everything is so quick. If I posted today, by the end of the week, something else cool popped up and you forgot about it.
And it's buried in the timeline.
It's there. You'll never get it again unless you bookmark it or something, right? So I'm thinking like, man, how the hell can we make these things live on? I'm like, oh, so we print them. I'm like, well, how am I going to do that? Like, well, calendar is probably the only thing I can do that people will hold on to. It's practical. You need the calendar, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of us have busy lives. You can write stuff on it. You can put it in your house, you know, on the fridge, home office, normal office. Everybody got stuff to do. So a calendar I think we can use, and why not immortalize all of us on that calendar? This is what we love, man. So while we have regular lives where we have to keep that schedule, we love sneakers. Above all else, we love sneakers, man. That's who we are. So I created the calendar with the help of obviously everybody else, and it's kind of an opportunity for those of us who will never be famous or never be known by anyone else to have the average sneakerhead end up on something that they can display to everybody. Everyone walking past their desk, their friends, their family, like, man, what is that? Oh man, let me show you. I'm Mr. March.
I'm not even gonna lie. When I found out I was in February of last year, like you couldn't tell me nothing, right? And I've got one photo,
right?
And and there's some people who have a great eye, great setup, get multiple photos, but that one submission got selected, and I was like, no, you can't. I'm in the calendar. You can't tell me nothing,
man. It's good, yeah. It's normally good vibes, man. A lot of people respond that way, and that's what made me keep doing it, right? If I didn't get that feedback from the first time I did it, probably would have died right there.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, the average Joe gets to live out their dreams having their shoes published in something.
Yeah.
So it was super dope. I get a couple negative people who are mad that they didn't get picked. And I'm like, man, we've gotten to the point where we're getting over 1,000 submissions. 1,000.
And I think I heard you're considering a ladies edition.
Yep. Yeah, I was. The only thing that happened with that is I didn't get enough women's photos to pull it.
Okay.
So what I did was I made Women's Month in that calendar.
Yeah.
So fellas, sorry. You're competing with only other men, right?
11 months out of the year.
Right. You gotta love it. Stop crying. Right? So yeah, man, I did a ladies month, and I've also done a month that ladies had kids, mostly the women, the post with the little ones.
Okay.
Some guys too, but I did one more like a family month.
Gotcha.
If you posted with the kids with the kicks, you and them, I made space for them too. I made sure that I put something aside for the ladies, because as you know, we get a lot of spaces that aren't treating our ladies right. Right?
That's a fact.
And I know female sneakerheads that will destroy a lot of male sneakerheads. I've seen their rooms. I know they ain't playing, dog. They're not playing.
And they ain't new to this either.
No. We got a lot of women, man, in our space that are doing big things. So I wanted to make sure I made that space for them.
All right. Well, you heard it here. The calendar's coming back. So start collecting your pictures or taking your pictures, get them together.
Yeah.
So you can submit them. And ladies, you know, you talk to your friends, run it up, and let's force him to make a women's only calendar, because he's got so many submissions. He's got no choice. But before we get out of here, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you setting aside some time to talk. Let us know about the business, your sneakers, the calendar. But for those that don't currently follow you, which you're missing out, where can they find you out on socials?
On Twitter, because I ain't calling it X. You'll never get me. You hear me?
What's that big building down
there?
I ain't
going. Right.
That's the
Sears Tower.
No matter what.
I don't know who Willis is. Like, yeah, but so Twitter is at Jamarro Brown. That's JAMARROBRWN. Brown like the color. One word, all lowercase. That's me. It'll be right now. It's Mama That Go That Man. I change it a lot. I like that. I like to keep it spicy, keep it interesting. But right now, that's what it is. If you have a problem following me, he knows how to get to me. Hit him up. We'll get it done. And I do have Instagram. Don't use it a lot. I got to get better at that, because I did have some very important people follow me this weekend on Instagram, and I need to make sure I'm doing my thing on both.
Don't turn out like T-Pain. You know what he did, right? Wasn't following his DMs?
Yeah, man. Yeah, missing a lot of blessings. Not checking. So Instagram would be JayJB, my initials, Brown. jayjbbrown on Instagram. So hit me up on either. I do have links in my bios on both socials to get to my website. If you want some merch, all you have to do is subscribe. We got a couple things sitting on there, but I'm a little guy. I don't keep a whole bunch of stuff around. I don't have a huge inventory, but we do have a couple things on there right now. But subscribe. I send out an email for every drop that I have. I do not spam. Don't worry about that.
He doesn't.
I don't spam. If it's not a drop, you won't hear from me. We give updates once or twice a year, but that is it. You will not get a bunch of junk. So it's only about what's coming out, what's to come. That's it, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you. Much love. Thank you for the shirt, the love, and the time.
Yeah.
Most importantly.